Welcome to my class student. It's class 8 English grammar. We are doing chapter 8, that is finite and non-finite verbs, and this is the introductory session. That's why this is session 1. In this session we will come to know about the finite and the non-finite verbs. Let's start the chapter. Now, what is finite verb? A finite verb, sometimes called main verb, is a verb that has a subject. This means that it can be the main verb in a sentence. It shows tenses, person or number. For example, I live in Germany, right? I, the subject, live is a finite verb. And always remember, finite verb changes with number and persons and it shows tenses. For example, here live is an example, right? This is in simple present. But in simple past, it will be lived. That means that is simple past and it has changed its form. So, we can say that finite verbs are the main verbs. They can change the forms while changing the tenses, and with their forms we can understand which tense this sentence is showing. Right? Now, thus a finite verb is the form of a verb that shows tenses, for example present, past and future. As I have said, present he lives, that means present. He lived, that means past, and future he will live, that means future. With that we can understand which particular tense is that. And all variants of those tenses, what are the variants of tenses? As you know, in the present tense, we have present continuous, present perfect continuous. These are the variants of present tense. And in the past tense we have simple past, past continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous. Same in the future tense we have simple future, future continuous and future perfect. So in this way we know there are several variants of the tenses and these verbs show those tenses. Now, persons, first speaker. Here person first is the speaker I is the first person, as you know. Second, spoken to, you is the second person, and third, spoken about. Now third person is, we can say he, she, they are all third person. So the tenses, this finite verb shows those persons also, and according to the persons they changes its forms. If it is first person, it is the main verb, root verb. I live, I eat, I go. And second person, main root verb, you go, right? But with the third person in present tense, it changes. We will have to add s and es. He lives, she eats, right? Ram reads. See, s, es we will have to add in simple present. So we change the form of finite verb. In the past, you know, we add ed, and in some forms, some verbs, we just change the structure of that root verb. For example, if it is speak, then it will be spoke. Then spoken. So it changes its form. And then I, we as a first person, you as a second person, he, she are third person. So here we are seeing that finite verb shows tenses, persons and now. Now as you know, verbs also shows, finite verbs also shows numbers, singular or plural. When it is singular, we use in simple present. In simple present. S and es. And in past we use the ed. So Singular and plural in present you will come to know more in simple present, because in simple present only there is a variation as es we will have to use, and with plural it is the root verb only. Root verb. Right? Now, gender also. Masculine, neuter or feminine. With that finite verb, it becomes very prominent. Now, aspects. The aspects is a verb form or category that indicates time-related characteristics, such as the completion, because here is a perfect. Now, duration. If duration is not mentioned, which duration? If duration is not mentioned, then it is called perfective. And if repetition is there, so I am teaching you. See, progressive is also here. So what we are seeing, completion, duration or repetition of action when the sentence is showing, it is called aspect. Aspect, that is a verb form, it's aspect. Now, there we are seeing there is another verb, there is another use of finite verb, that is the voice. In active voice also we see finite verb and passive voice or middle voice. So we are getting the knowledge of whether it is active, passive or middle by seeing only the finite verbs. So it's very important to know about the finite verbs. Next, as I have told you, perfective aspect is used in referring to an event without reference to any flow of time. Right? I helped him. At what time? I don't want to disclose. But I helped him. This is perfective aspect of verb form. He went. When did he go? If it is not mentioned, that is a perfective aspect of that verb. Now, voice. Active voice. As you know, active voice, subject plus verb plus your object, right? In this way we write the active voice. I teach you. I am a subject, teach is a root verb and you is a object. So this is active voice. What is the passive voice? You are taught by me. That means that is passive voice. Here the object we put it in the first way. So that is the passive voice. And what is the middle voice? In the middle voice, the subject both performs and receives the action expressed by the verb. For example, he enjoyed himself. So here in the middle voice, both the action and performance and the result are on the subject. There is no object. He enjoyed himself. So this is what? Middle voice. So in this way we are seeing finite verbs. There are different types of verb forms in these different categories. Now, next is mood. It shows mood also. Verb shows mood also. Imperative mood, indicative mood, subjunctive mood and optative mood. For example, mood indicates whether the verb expresses a fact. When it is a fact, that is the indicative mood. Right? When it is a command, that is the imperative mood. If it is a question, that is the interrogative mood. If it is a condition, then it is a conditional mood. If it is a wish or possibility, the subjunctive mood. So here you are seeing there are so many moods that verb indicates, finite verb indicates. So this, as you are in class 8, you should know in detail about finite and non-finite verb. So you are seeing how in detail I have explained everything and you will have to understand it, go through the slide again and again. Now next, types of finite verb. Finite verbs can be classified as transitive, intransitive or linking. Transitive verbs. A transitive verb denotes an action which passes over from the doer to the to the object. For example, I teach you. I teach whom? I teach you. So this is transitive verb. Transitive means passing over. Now we kick the football. That is a doer. The action is passing to the football, right? We kick the football. Transitive verbs take a direct object or other complement. Now, transitive verb taking a direct object. Jack ate his dinner with family. Here, ate with whom? With family. Ate is a transitive verb. Dinner is the direct object. You know how to find object? You will have to ask after verb who or what. Then you will get object. Jack ate what? Jack ate his dinner. That is his dinner. Dinner is an object. Now how to find subject? You will have to ask who, what before the verb. Who ate his dinner? Jack. So Jack is a subject. So in this way, this is a transitive verb because the action is passing over to object. Now next, what is an intransitive verb? An intransitive verb denotes an action which does not pass over to an object or which expresses a state or being. For example, he ran a long distance, right? He ran a long distance. This is action. The baby sleeps. State. There is a flow in this diamond. That is being. You are seeing there is no object here. No object. So this is intransitive verb. So action is not passing from subject to from doer to the object. Now, intransitive verbs do not need a direct object for completion. For example, my daughter came and I called her for dinner. Came is an intransitive verb and it doesn't need a direct object, right? So here we are seeing intransitive verb doesn't need a direct object for completion. It is completed in itself. So, third is linking verb. Linking verbs expresses a state of being or existence. They do not convey a sense of action. Action is not there. Only a state or being is there. They state that means the meat smell bad. So, action is not here. This is a state. Linking verb expressing existence. For example, I am ready to face the consequences of my actions. So, here these are all your linking verbs. So, with the finite verbs, you are seeing that different types of finite verbs also. Transitive, intransitive and linking. So, enjoy your reading, enjoy your learning, go through the slide again and again and be perfect in knowing finite and non-finite. In next class, I will come again with some new chapter. Thank you.